So I'm Anna, I'm with 7Digital. We are a UK-based company. We've been around since 2004, but you probably haven't heard of us because we haven't been very years. And I just relocated back to New York. As you can tell, I'm not British. So I'm really excited to be back. And my product demo is really only going to take about 2 seconds. I'm just going to show you what it's like to buy an album on my site, 7digital.com, but there will be more. Complete purchase. I could show you how to download, I could show you how to look for stuff. It's not that exciting. You've all probably purchased music before. So what I'm going to do is explain a little bit more about the 7Digital platform, which is probably a bit more engaging for this crowd. And I've done so by putting together a slideshow. I'm not a developer, so I can't actually demo our API. But anyway, so what we do globally, a consumer offering which you just saw is the 7digital.com store. It's 100% MP3. We're live across Europe, USA, Canada, and Asia Pacific. We're open and platform neutral, so alongside our web store, we also have apps for BlackBerry, Android, Windows, and iOS, as well as a mobile-optimized web store. And our catalog consists of 19 million tracks from all 4 major labels and the indies. Our 7Digital cloud-based storage locker has been around since 2005. But where things get really exciting is how we work with partners. So we have a full-featured music API of rights and technology, and 300 global API partners, including T-Mobile, USA, Samsung, Toshiba, Acer, BlackBerry, RIM, blah, blah, blah. You can see them up there. And the 7Digital cloud-based storage locker is also used within these partnerships. So while you may have not heard of us, you've probably heard of some of the partners we work with. And both our store and our partners are all working off our API. So our API is Application Program Interface, if any of you don't know. It's really designed around user experience and music. So the 7Digital feature-rich API is used by internal and external developers to power both 7Digital and partner-branded services. So you'll see some of the services we're working with are, have our logo all over it. Sometimes you don't even know that we're involved. We're just in the background. Our API provides flexibility on customer billing, retail pricing, and licensing. So we actually aren't pushing the idea that there's one sort of user experience that needs to be done that can be replicated across every single digital service. We think that there are new ideas out there, and we really want to figure out customization around those ideas. And however we can provide a music sort of integration into that, we're gonna try and provide that. So, and in doing so, we provide 3 API options. One is the free non-commercial use, which basically means that any of you can sign up for an API key right now and play around with the API documentation, see how you can work digital downloads into your own web service or app. There's 7Digital branded, as I mentioned. You could put together a service that's got 7Digital branding all over it in your own program or device. And then there's white label, where we sit really in the background. And an example of that is the T-Mobile Music Hub, which we power. You can't see that it's 7Digital anywhere, but it is our rights and our technology in the background. So on the right, you can see kind of a chart which explains the API from the bottom up. It's content providers. The supply layer is basically all of our relationships with these content providers. Above that is all the technology that's needed for powering a download, and the orange bar across the top is what kind of allows us to give that out to anyone who wants to integrate music into their service. So some of you may know the difficulties around licensing and working with content people. Some of you may know more about the difficulties around the technology involved with music downloads. we know both, and we're kind of trying to be that middleman. So we offer, through our API, this really turnkey solution for anyone who wants to put music into their platform. And I think we've been caught saying that we're taking the complexity out of it, out of music licensing and technology, or one or the other. We don't really take the complexity out of it, we actually just take it on. We really like these complicated relationships, and we like figuring out user experience around music and what really can be a good sort of solution for someone who's trying to bring that to their service. So last but not least, just another list again of some of our API clients. And I really can't go through all of these. Another reason why I couldn't do much of a product demo is because there's so much to demo. We don't have enough time. But as you can see through these names, we're really working with a huge variety of different services. So, you know, on here we've got DMC radio, media players, huge consumer electronics companies, carriers, you name it. And, you know, there's any given number of ways that we actually integrate with these. I think each person has kind of a unique way of using our API. So the one thing that's not on here are kind of the startups, so the people in this room. We love talking to startups about how to integrate music, how to take the complexity out of their product build, and you know, we present our API as a freemium model at first for anyone who wants to play around with it and see how that could work out for them. So that's it. Thank you. If you guys want another product demo, I have my phone, and you can see the T-Mobile Music Store on that, or our Android app. So let me know afterwards. Any questions? Yeah?
I always kind of wondered where does the name come from?
Oh no, that's a bad question.
I was thinking, is it George Costanza with the 7 thing? 7 up, 7
I know. Well, 7's a good number.
Right.
That's the answer. They wanted digital in there. The co-founders are Ben Drury and James Kane, two lovely British guys who, you know, came up with the idea a while ago. And it was really a B2B service at first, so there wasn't any really consumer-facing concept at first. So I don't think they thought of the fact that they needed a good story behind the name. They just wanted digital in there because that's the basis for what they're doing, and they like the number 7. So, yeah.
I got a big up one.
Yeah, I know we're going to make up a story, so maybe when I come back here, you can judge me on how original my explanation of that answer is.
One night they went out playing pool. And there was one ball missing.
Yeah.
They killed them.
Sounds good. I'm also the 7th presenter tonight, so
Yeah.
it's kind of a coincidence. Yep.
Hi. Coming back before Debbie.
Yeah.
So tell me if this is still the case. When you white label service, you can provide a la carte downloads, and you can provide the streams for a non-interactive DMCA compliant radio type service, but you can't actually, and you can provide the streams for a non-demand service, but you have no licenses to be able to sub-license somebody to do on-demand streams. You can't actually white label the on-demand licenses. They still would have to go to, let's say, the labels and the publishers and get those licenses and then provide the back-end service through you. Is that correct?
Partially. I mean, I don't think I can answer that fully for global concerns because we are now powering the Samsung Music Hub, which was announced in Europe recently, which includes
the whole bundle.
Yeah, which includes a streaming option in Europe. So, yeah, but that's not white label, so that is 7Digital branded. And I would say the in short answer, no, we don't have a white label solution for on-demand streaming. But you know, as things develop, these kind of things get added into our package.
There's still licensing challenges here.
Yes, we're aware of that. Yeah. So we do, you know, we have licensing solutions for a lot of things, but we struggle with that as well. And I think keep your ear open for our developments there. Mhm.
So this is just piggybacking off of something that happened earlier. If I am like a Sound Central station and I want to tap the API for metadata, could you do that through 7Digital?
Yeah. I mean, we don't have a lot of great, I mean, you could use it for the search for a catalog. You could use the API to get video clips, album artwork. There's, yeah, any number of things. So, yeah, they could tap into our API for that.
Any questions?
Any other questions? Oh, right, thank you.
Thanks.